We are at a critical time in human history. Anthropocentric ideals have led us into a world of dominance, oppression, and corrupt societal systems. But what if we changed these systems to reflect a new and positive worldview? What if we shifted our paradigms to critically evaluate inherited biases, omissions, and dominations of culture and gender? And what if we extended that same critical evaluation to how we perceive the environment and natural spaces?
Ecofeminism.
According to ecofeminism, the illusion that we can dominate nature is a major contributor to environmental degradation, and the compulsion to dominate is one of the hallmarks of the patriarchy. But what is ecofeminism? The Oxford Dictionary describes ecofeminism as a philosophical and political movement that combines ecological concerns with feminist ones, regarding both as resulting from male domination of society. Feminism critically addresses and examines the dominance of male gendering perspectives, exploring how to systematically address this power imbalance. Ecofeminism expands this to include critical analysis of anthropocentric and androcentric views, correlating the dominance of women to the dominance of nature, and examining how both have been viewed as property for man's use and exploitation. What is so different about feminine paradigms? These examine the ways that we are all intimately connected, interacting and interdependent with each other, whereas masculine paradigms are built on systems of hierarchy. As discussed by Tanya Gray, women have been underrepresented in terms of career, prestige, academic footprint, leadership roles, and appreciation of their distinctive contributions. Women have historically been forced into silence and gender roles, and still today face more barriers than their male counterparts. Sadly, women are also inadvertently perpetuating gender dominance by allowing these cycles to continue, or by inherently not being empowered enough to speak up for change for a variety of reasons, including perfectionism, imposter syndrome, feminist fatigue, and more. This system needs to change. The way we operate in the world and with each other needs to change. There are two principal tasks for ecofeminists: to expose the logic of domination and its oppressive conceptual frameworks, and to seek alternatives that replace destructive ways of relating to each other and nature. In terms of learning, feminists argue that women hold innate knowledge. Ecofeminists extend this understanding to animals and plants as knowers and storytellers. Ecofeminism presents an educational model called the Learning Village. This is based on the Earth Charter Initiative, which advocates for all species, not just humans. It was created to reflect the greater needs of Earth and all its life. Learning villages are based on reciprocity, understanding, and respect. They require a knowledge of interdependence and connection with one's local environment. Ecofeminism proposes that experience is the educational enrichment, and that assessment can be the result of projects achieved by learning through experience rather than the prescriptive outcomes of modern-day education systems. In this experience, learners are given the opportunity for trial and error, to master skills and knowledge on a foundational level, and actively participate in their knowledge assessment and development. And these abilities can help apply their skills to real situations and develop deep understandings of themselves and their roles in their community. Our current Western education systems do not showcase these strengths. Think and reflect on your own experience in the world, and especially in our education systems. These are generally hierarchical, competitive, and built on a foundation of gatekeeping knowledge. Measuring that knowledge is then built on assessments that examine what has been successfully transferred.
Can you meet the measure?
Pass or fail.
Doesn't that seem a little too dualistic?
How can we create a better system?
But there are critics to every plan, and ecofeminism is no different. Criticism includes that the theory relies on female biological functions to create a link between women and nature, that it privileges women's experiences and considers traditionally feminine traits as character ideals, that it advocates ethics of care, which may not be feasible universally, that the term means different things to different ecofeminists, and that there is no one definition or understanding. And finally, that ecofeminism is vast, multifaceted, and has many branches, functioning both as a philosophy and a movement. This may seem too encompassing for one theory.
Ecofeminism offers both the promise
and power
of providing a distinct framework
for both reconceiving feminism
and for developing an environmental ethic,
which takes seriously connections
between the domination of women
and the domination of nature.